Ugh. Oh, welcome, welcome. What the skaboodly? Hello? Hey, listen, Halo 3 is not bad. How dare you? Like, did you just do a self-check to see if I had a command for you? I saw that. I'm still seeing that. RJ does not have any grapes. Oh, really? Because today I went shopping and guess what I bought? That's right. I got grapes. Halo 3 is the shit. Thank you, Norman. You get it. A lot of people don't. A lot of people, they don't understand. But me personally, I get it. Halo 3's peak. True! Only Halo 3's story quality was as good as Halo 2's. Feels bad. Feels bad, man. Like, Halo 3 had more epic moments in the campaign than Halo 2 did, but Halo 2's story was just way better. I saw earlier Niles Sankey posted on Twitter, and he was like, yeah, we didn't actually have a lead writer on Halo 3. Maybe that was a mistake in retrospect. And I'm like, why? What? What? They didn't even have a lead writer? For the story-based video game? Oh. Dad, thank you for the 2!
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ow, ow, ow.
Ow, 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 ow. Thank you for the 2! It's good to see you, Sid. Hope you've been well. Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm ready to do a lot of cool stuff today, and like, all day I've been locked in, but bro, I jet lagged myself. I didn't even travel, and yet I jet lagged myself super hard, man. It's brutal. My sleep schedule was atrocious, and I was like, nah, screw that. Well, you know, I woke up at like 8 a.m. today, and I was like, all right, let's get the day started. And now it's like 6:30, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm so tired. But it's fine. I'm chugging a Red Bull to stay alive. What's this sleep you're talking about? It's a foreign concept to me. I've had insomnia lately, which has been screwing my sleep schedule. Now I'm on a good one, and I just have to maintain it. Am I gonna make more Minecraft The Haunting? Probably never. I don't know. It's been years, like 10 years. Actually, it's been longer than that. It's been like more than 10 years. Alright guys, you wanna know what we're doing today? I'm gonna tell you, alright? I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna make the Strato Sentinel not visibly delete itself. And we're gonna watch the new Covenant Cruiser animation like 10 billion times, because it's so cool. Exclamation Piz. Oh, you know, I gotta start adding like commands, so you guys can just try them out. One day someone's gonna get one, and they're gonna be like, oh, oh. Ethereal! Thank you for the 16 months! Welcome back! Sorry, I kind of zoned out there. I'm telling you guys, I'm tired. It said 500 animations. Have you seen the John Politics memes? No, I have not. I try to stay out of anything political because it literally just drags everyone involved down because people are mindless human beings, which are just animals, and they overestimate themselves, and they don't realize they're being tribalistic, and it disgusts me. The lack of self-awareness of people's own tribalism just fills me with a deep disgust. It's just the glossy Glenn Powell. Glossy. Oh, wait, isn't that the guy, the secretary of something or whatever? And he's like super shiny and sweaty. I did see that one. That was funny. Would you ever the Supreme Leader? That's actually true. See, I just said I'm not in politics, but the moment somebody said I'm Supreme Leader, I'm in, dude. I'm in. That's it. Fuck it, dude. Let's all get tribalistic. Let's all participate in tribalism, but specifically only if you agree with me. That sounds good. I'm glad we could all agree on this. Guys, let's freaking get started. Supreme Leader of Halo Stan. That's it. And all we do is we contribute to the great journey. And the great journey is specifically for me. The great journey is me able to sit at home and retire at 28 years of age. Well, come on, guys. Let's get this great journey rolling. Address the one funny stream that was short and had corrupted audio. That's actually happened multiple times. There's more than one. I don't know, dude. My microphone just blows up sometimes. It just be like that. Feature creep. All right, let's add 10 more features to permafrost and delay it for a year. Okay. Thank you, Victor. We will do that. But I'm going to hold you responsible for it. It's not my fault. I'm going to hold you personally responsible. Wait, this song is so fire. All right, we'll get to it, though. Let's begin. Greetings, humans! Welcome to Permafrost, my Halo 3 video game modification. In this mod, you can shoot bad guys and also AI bad guys, and cool stuff happens sometimes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hacking into the mainframe. Activating. Entering the cheat code. Go. What's that noise? What the heck was that? What the heck? He's right behind me, isn't he? Oh! It's beautiful, isn't it? I love Davy Jones's work. Such a handsome man. Thank you for the 2! 069 passive aggression.
There are 2 chairs.
Okay.
One has a cake on it. The other has a cook on it.
What?
You have to eat one and sit on the other. Which one are you choosing?
That's a terrible decision. I don't even want to... I'm gonna just stun lock and never choose. That's a brutal one, dude. Damn. Stream's so laggy. It's majestic. Is the stream laggy? It should be super smooth. What? You guys lagging? Am I lagging? I have no dropped frames. That's a skill issue, Jelly. You're skill issuing. Your internet's bad. And you should feel bad. Because over here, I'm at 0% dropped frames. It's beautiful. It is exactly buttery smooth. It's a bit laggy for us. For you, Jelly. You just included everyone else in chat who has a smooth, buttery experience with my good internet that I pay out the ass for. Outed yourself. God, the lighting of that was so nice. Thank you for the 2-1 gamer! Or the 420!
On the 255th day of permafrost, rejected shotgun
Gave to me.
even more feature creep and still no release of the map.
Okay, well that one didn't even rhyme. Look at that. That's the feature creep we're here for. 3D high definition model of High Charity. You're telling me you don't want that? Unbelievable! Look at this. You're telling me you don't want a way cooler animation for the glassing beam event? Watch this. Tell me this wasn't worth it. You know how cool that thing was? It went, wickew. No, I don't think so. Okay, bro. Look how cool that thing is. It goes, wickew. Oh, yeah, it's not very cool at all. You know, it's not fucking completely awesome. That's what you sound like. Yeah, no, I don't want the capital ship to come flying in with a badass shockwave and slam into the air through its slip space portal. It sucks so much ass. I hate how awesome that is. Oh, the way that makes me feel things. I hate it. That's what you sound like. Is this lore accurate? Yes, okay. In fact, that very effect was pulled from a vanilla Halo video game. And you know what? You know where the lore is at its most lore-y? Is in the games. In the video games. You know what's crazy to me, dude? Some people will see stuff in the video games and be like, that's not actually the lore, because in the books it's different. Hey, man, if it's in the games, that overrides the books. Did you know that? Because the video games are the real thing. The book is, they're extra. Did you know that? Did you know that? I'm fine. I'm fine. Really. Anyway, that does look very cool. I like how it looks cool. That's what everyone says. They said, you know what, that thing that we just looked at, that was cool. Okay, guys. We're gonna push through the jet lag here. We're gonna make some very cool stuff. I wanna make Davy Jones's Strato Sentinel very epic and awesome sauce. More so than it already is. Mostly just polishing up that animation. But also, as I was watching that... Oh, right! That's the other thing that I wanted to do. Zophie sent me the proper fixed shield shaders for our Scringly Dingly here. The big shield dome for the spires. The updated ODST High Def Ultra HD 1080p LCD technology. So I'm gonna grab that because I still haven't done it, even though Zophie sent it to me like 2 days ago. Let me double check here. Also, you guys gotta see this. I totally forgot. I don't think I showed this on stream. Check this out, man. Zophie was overhauling the entire Halo 3 dynamic. Oh, there's Zophie in chat right now. Supposed to install him off stream in case you ran into issues. Sorry, Zophie, but I'm stupid. And actually, that's a lie. Very awesome. Phenomenal overall. But look at how nice those shadows, like that subtle, soft, almost box-like blur. Like it. And then check this out. Oh, the self-shadowing. Look how clean that self-shadowing is right there on the dynamic shadow system for this box. Another hour on cooked shaders. You better believe it. These streams, these aren't even streams for your entertainment. These are just streams for me to torture the viewers by making them watch me figure out shaders. Like, okay, look at this self-shadow too. The way, the wheels especially. Give a look at the way the shadows. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Oh, for real, that's so clean. I love this. Very nice. I actually did look into if I could do real-time shadows. It is real-time shadows. Oh, you mean like, what, for like light maps? That would be interesting. Everything would probably look worse, though. Davy Jones, dude, I know that guy. Thank you for the 2.
Is it better to be pissed off or pissed on?
I'll DM you the answer. I don't think I can say it on stream. Like ray tracing shadows? Oh, that would be so sick. It just disappoints me that the shadowing system, like, is so hard-coded that you can't just enter your own implementation. That genuinely makes me sad. It's like, oh yeah, it has a baked-in distance that's controlled by, like, the internal game engine. Like, cool, dude. Awesome. Love that. It is what it is, though. It's fine. It's not fine. I'm actually really sad about it. But it has to be fine. I'd rather be pissed on if it was, like, -20. Do you know how good that would feel? Somebody screenshot that. Somebody screenshot that right now. And then edit it out of context. And then post it a lot. W. Okay, I'm gonna try to install Zophie shaders. Let's see here. Downloading. Message retracted. That's crazy. Okay, my Halo 3, we got it. We're gonna close the video game, Halo 3 video game. I have closed Halo 3, the video game, the movie. I have Zophie shaders. They look lovely. Very lovely. Okay. What do I need here? So you gave me the source folder. Okay. And then the tags folder is only gonna have. Oh my god, you gave. Is this all? This is not all the shaders folder. Okay. Shaders and rasterizer are only including the modifications. Understood. Roger that. Copy over and out. Very lovely was trumpet. Very lovely. Okay, I have my backups. I do have my backups, so I think I'm safe to just go in here and do the do. I'm doing it. I'm going for it. It's probably gonna blow up. I'm just gonna somehow screw this up. It's just gonna happen, dude. You know what's gonna happen, dude? Halo, you guys are talking about whether it's better to be pissed off or pissed on. Halo 3 is about to piss on me. I'm gonna put these files in. I'm gonna have like one random loose file that's already edited. It's gonna blow up. I'm gonna die instantly. And then Halo 3 is going to look at my corpse and piss on it. It'll be brutal. Not looking forward to it. Very great game. I love it. Very great. I made this game partially. Very great. Troubleshoot documents I sent should be able to resolve any issues. Oh, that won't work. I'm illiterate. Working, guys. I swear. I know you've been looking at this blue screen for a minute, but I swear it's working. It's almost done. What was even wrong with it anyway? Why was it blowing up before? Was there like a particular reason it was? On meds, read the goddamn doc. It doesn't work if I'm jet lagged from flipping my schedule 12 hours around. I'm dying. Okay, I installed it. God damn it. I installed it. Accidentally pinned WinRAR to my taskbar. Took ADHD meds. Yeah, I got medicated. Isn't that wonderful? First time, yup. They're effective. Actually, many of my symptoms pretty much disappear when I take them. It's pretty lovely. My focus and ability to get stuff done is awesome. Got a short out today, super quick and easy. After that, after stream today, I'm going to be working on the long form video. Big chillin'. In fact, I'm going to work on multiple long form videos. And a bunch more shorts. And I'm going to make some more Patreon posts. It's pretty sick. You were having a compile error. The document solves a compile error, which you're ultimately going to hit again because your tags are just weird. Oh. Oh. Don't say that. I actually had faith this was going to work. Doesn't Halo 3 already have defined shadows anyway? Yeah, but they're kind of meh. I'm kind of curious to see what the shadows are going to look like now, though. It's definitely reconstructing all of the shaders ever, so that's potentially promising. Psychologist, €0. Psychiatrist, actually. And it was very expensive, because if you think I have health insurance, you've got another thing coming. I sure as hell don't. If I break a bone, I am in debt $100,000. It's over. My whole life, over. My credit score, gone. Never able to live in society again. But the solution is, just don't let bad things happen to you. Don't let things out of your control occur. Just stay home forever. And walk very carefully. I casually spent 24 hours on Monday the ability to port tags from any MCC kits. Whatever kit you desire. What? That's insane! Hello? That's ridiculous. What an absurd feature. Does it? Did you verify that that fully works? But I'm so curious to see if the dynamic shadows worked. Any shadowers? Any shadowers? Whoa. Whoa. Look how fucking clean that is. Got like a dithered fade to it. Holy fucking hell. Damn, look how dark the shadowed area. Sheesh. That's wild. Oh, and the shadowed area that's being cast upon this too? Damn, look how good those look. I don't know if it's intentional, but I'm seeing like colored light bleed around the edges of the shadows too. Holy fuck, Zophie. When I look at those old stencil images, like low-key it does. My only wish is that these damn shadows wouldn't be restricted by the bounding radius of each tag. Now that I think about it, couldn't I just increase the bounding radius of this thing too? I think that's not a bad idea. Wait, hold up. Does this impact the drop shadows? Oh, drop ship shadows? Yeah, although those won't render past a certain distance, only because the Halo 3 game engine is hard-coded to not render shadows past a particular point, depending on how big the object is. The bigger the object's radius, the further the shadows will go. What I'm going to do really fast as a test... Damn, these shadows look so nice, though. I'm not tripping, right? Like, these are new-ass shadows. I originally had it like 64 tap because I thought I could, but I made sure to drop it back to 16. Probably for the best, but like... Yeah. Oh! I wonder what it looks like. I want to spawn a pelican and I want to see what that looks like in the sun. Pelican. Whoa. Oh yeah, no, that shadow system is working. Holy fuck, dude. Thank you for the two-cent!
Can you help me find my friend Raul?
Why did it pronounce that? Raul? That's crazy, Sophie. Look how, like, crisp and HD and, like, contrasty those shadows are. Oh my god. And the self-shadowing, too, is kind of nuts. Holy crap. This is wild. It is so much better than it... Oh my... The contrast is fucking crazy. Are you for real? Oh my god, wait, the best part about this is the shadows are so dark that when I go towards the edge of the shield where I have a dynamic blue light, it pops so much more because of that. Look at that. Holy shit, that's crazy. It actually darkens it correctly. Oh my god, dude. These look amazing. It's such like a dark, contrasting shadow that actually feels correct. Comparison with or without shadows? Well, objects in Halo 3 normally do have shadows, and they work functionally and fundamentally the same way as this does, but the way that Zophie's new shader code works is so much nicer and higher quality, darker, higher contrast shadows, and the way the shadows self-generate onto the model itself are also much nicer. Looks good on Zanzibar, but this looks even better yet. Well, the contrast is absurd. Alright, well that's what the Pelican looks like. The, what? There was another... Oh, I wanted to see if they really do blend together on the Forge objects. I'm so curious about that. I know you said they do, but I didn't ever see you post a picture of them blending correctly. Oh, they still don't blend. No. Well, it is what it is. Load up an Ultimate Forge map. Well, it doesn't blend, but I bet it would still look a hell of a lot nicer. I really tried. Yeah, I honestly would have been shocked if you could have, considering the way it's rendered in the engine. Yeah, thank you for the 2.
And I have listened through latex, and rubber, and glass.
Yeah.
Now I shall cock, and you shall be submissive, grave mind probably.
He did say that. I remember that. He said that in Halo 2 in my dreams. I mean, for real, it's lore accurate. It's just an engine limitation. It do be the way that it is sometimes because that is how it be when it do. Considering all the cool stuff it does, that's a minor issue? No, I agree. I think this looks phenomenally good. Especially around here. Like, God, look at the shadow depth and contrast. It's filthy. Disgusting. I love it. This? I gotta run scripts. Set. What fuck? I forgot the variable name. Is it red tier 3? Looks nuts. Look at that way it's casting onto the Pelican. Thank you for the 11 months, Loki! Damn! Said, oh, whoa. 11 months. One more for a year. Yeah. Thank you for the 11 months support. That's pretty nuts. I really appreciate it. It's crazy that you're still around. Like, I'm used to the old heads being around for a long time, but seeing you're becoming like a new old head. Look at that. The way the shadow, like, completely cuts out the bloom and, like, is like, you know, they get, like... Oh, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Dang! Dang. Am I old? Yeah. Thank you for the 2, Davidson Jones.
Hello, I am 2401 penis enlargement. I am the cuckold of insemination 04.
Dude, I'm like 5 years old. Why does that make me laugh? God damn it. Alright, let's make the Spires thing fucking work. I also made it so decorators fade out better and also render further. You made decorators render further? No! Now I have to manually fix that. Thank you for the 10 gifted, Loki! Thank you very much. Much, much appreciated. Oh, look at all those beautiful green names in the chat. Thank you so much. And another one! Thank you, what the hell? Much appreciated. Hell yeah. Thank you, thank you. There we go. Now that's a shadow. Oh. 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 It's only like a Spartan length further. You wouldn't notice unless you were staring at him. Valid and fair and real and true, and that's true. Oh, thank you for all the gifteds, Loki. I really appreciate it. That's wild. There's my gift when I disappear till I sense a disturbance. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, right. We gotta test and see if the new plasma shader worked. I'm a plasmer. A nuclear plasma. Let's see. Oh... Oh, why did it say that you gifted a membership? I gotta go back. Stream Elements keeps updating their stuff and it keeps like... Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Let's see. Plasma to palletized plasma. Oh my god, it didn't blow up immediately. Wait, did I save? Hub shield dome, outer one. It didn't instantly blow up? What's happening? Did it even... Wait, you guys gotta tell me, did that change anything? It didn't work. It didn't even say I updated the shader. What if I do this? Okay, that updates it. So I think maybe when I set it to palletized plasma, it doesn't do anything? Thank you for the 8 months, Beer McDrinky. You're so beautiful. Oh my god. Wait, it disappeared completely.
That's right,
I
you
don't think
mothers. Come. Not if we can help it, Sergeant. Edge the chief and return to in Amber Classy. Sir, the prophet is cucking out. We're ready to engage.
Dude, oh my god. Thank you for the 2. I want these in a Halo 2 mod. I want to do some like AI slop voice recreation so it sounds like a super believable iteration of the voice actors and just replace like every voice line in Halo 2 with these. That's on the ODST shield. Oh yeah, true, real, true, real, true, real. Boring. You should stare directly into the camera for 4 interrupted seconds. That is so true. What was I thinking? Oh my god, I coomed. Wait, does it work? It works. Oh, there's a subtle outline. It's an interaction with the environment. Oh, I'm so happy! Fuck! It works! Collidable plasma. It's so flawlessly beautiful. Ah! Look at that. I think there's even a subtle edge fade on the glow. Did somebody say edge? Thank you for the 2, Davy! Davy Jones!
The great Jizzle, how they would sacrifice us all for nothing.
Shut the... Oh, what the fuck was that? It looks so good! Dude, I'm stealing the entire concept for this shader with like the double depth fade bullshit, and I am just yoinking and sploinking it right onto the dome. This makes me feel things. I'm not trying to TMI, guys, but this type of plasma shader, the glowing outline and the pulsating blue. Let's make this. I love it so much. So what I'm gonna have to do is take that ODST shader and have it replace your Spire shader if you can't compile it. I think I can compile it, but yeah, worst case scenario, I could just do that, which is no biggie. I suspect it'll likely work. I'm pretty sure I just have it set up incorrectly. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it with I'm gonna use my peepers to look at the pixels on the rectangle in front of me, and I'm gonna do it for real this time. You won't even believe how much I'm actually gonna do it on God. On baby. I got this. Just trust. Alright. We take our Spire, our shader, Spire. There's okay, this one. Outer one. We're gonna make a backup of it. This is the default classic one. I have not edited it. Going to take it, and then we're gonna go grab the working ODST one that makes me so happy. And I think I don't know which one's there's like there's 2 shaders that go on this. One is called depth, and then one is actually I think this one's broken now that I think about it, because I think the blue part, well, that's a separate custom shader. The blue inner part's technically supposed to have a 3D depth effect from ODST, but I didn't even realize it because that's such a subtle and not the effect I was looking for at all. Useless to me, but the way it knows where the edges are. That's how the blue looks in mine. Yeah, no, this is the exact effect I wanted. You ported it over perfectly. I was just pointing out that this is not me asking for this, but in ODST, the depth shader, the blue one, actually has like that holographic multi-layered depth effect that some of the other shaders have. Maybe that's just how it's set up when it gets ported to 3, but unimportant. Probably a difference between like the ordering of the shaders could probably be enabled easily, because I know Halo 3 actually has that. Not important, not relevant to this though. Alright. We're gonna make this shield look so good! Remember I was just talking about slow space effect? I just remembered the sand trap foreigner green holograms have that effect inside. Oh yeah, where they have like the depthy effect. That's exactly what I was talking about. It's a thing in hologram where you have like you can choose like how many layers get like placed. And so I think even my holograms up at the top of the spire, I think I put that effect on them if I recall. Maybe not on the hologram here. I think the plinth in the lich has it though. I don't think I ever applied that to these because it ended up making them kind of hard to see. But yeah. We're going to copy this effect and it's going to be so good. Objects, this should be under Objects, Gear, Atlas, Covenant, Force Field Barrier, and we're looking for... The depth one is not the correct one. This is the actual one that has the what have you and the do what. Yeah. So it's set to plasma, constant color. Oh wait, it's actually just on plasma? Wait, what? Is that for real? How? Oh no, I'm blind. Don't worry about it. So we go palletized plasma, it recompiles, goes invisible obviously because I don't think I have it set up correctly. And then I'm going to start copying over a bunch of shader colors. As I'm right about to get into the most fun part, my bladder just informed me that this Red Bull has gone through me. I'll be right back, and when we do this, this is going to be like the best looking shader of all time. Shout out Zophie.
Person in motorized wheelchair facing right emoji. 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 Person in motorized wheelchair facing right emoji.
No! Thank you for the 2 laggy. Bro, yeah, he literally timed that shit, dude. What a dickhead. I literally walk away. The moment I walk away, bro, it's like, I fucking got this. Grok, send 400 motorized wheelchair emojis. No way to wash his hands that fast? Well, you see, it's actually way more efficient if you just wash your hands in the pee stream. That way you're multitasking. It's way more efficient. That way you don't have to go over and like turn on the sink. It's honestly really effective. That's why they call you a streamer. God damn it! Alright, let's see if we can do this. I don't know if this shader will fully compile, but I believe we're right. Okay, this is our settings on our shader. This is the settings on the really good ODST one. Constant color, palletized plasma, type additive. This one says first person never, which shouldn't be important, but just in case. And then we have a warp from texture. I'm going to add that, but then I probably won't end up using it. Additive detail, simple, off and off. Color is black. Default value there. bunch of settings. What is self-illum color? And then alpha, white, and 1. Those are unchanged. It's got a noise map, which we also have. Everything seems to be roughly the same. We need alpha modulation factor is 1. Our depth fade range is going to be 0.5. And then we have this animated V coordinate, which is 0 to 1 over 10 seconds. I'm going to add, I don't know what this is, to be honest. I mean, I know it's going to be like adjusting the y-axis UV, but I'm not sure how that's going to affect this particular effect. Let's see if that does anything right off. Oh, we got a... Oh, there's a line on the ground. There's a line on the ground. It's interacting with the terrain and fading dynamically. Holy shit! It's beautiful. It's the beautiful thing I've ever seen. Time to up the alpha value. Actually, we do... Desperately, we need to make a better palette for this. Because the one... Actually, let me just quickly keep adjusting the settings, because I think it could be a lot brighter. I think it's the... Not alpha modulation. I think self-illumination needs to just be brighter. Self-illum color, white. Self-illum intensity set to 2. This one is 9. It's really that dim at 9? What about 9D? What does that look like? I'm blind. I'm blind. What about overlay? Does the overlay have a fade or no? I don't think it does on the on this thing, to be honest. Yeah, no way. The overlay does have some kind of fade, actually. Somehow. Let's see. Where's that? So we have warp. Yes, that's all great and wonderful. Let me turn off the warp because I don't even want it on this. Make sure it stays. Okay, so we're still maintaining the cool blue effect. Oh, that's so cool, dude. But this one obviously looks way cooler because it's got like a really sick warp effect going through it. Maybe I can integrate that into the shader. I think the warp effect technically is... this is actually split up into 2 different shaders. The warping blue outline is actually a secondary effect to the main standard plasma shader. So maybe what I should do is actually split our dome up into 2 shaders. One where it's like this, the glowing blue, and a second one that's just like a super bright outline without any of the other stuff going on. Thank you, me. What a great idea. No problem. Alright, let's switch it back. We're gonna have this go to plasma. Some nuclear plasma. Alright, that's pretty sick. And then what I'm gonna do essentially here is I'm going to go into the shaders folder. This is the one we've been doing the whole time. We're going to grab outer 1 here. We'll delete outer 1 depth because I don't think we need that. We'll take outer 1. Then we'll do outer 1 outline. And then we'll do another one that's going to be the same thing. It'll be inner 1 outline. Sick. And then in order to actually add a double layered hologram, we actually need to make the dome have more versions of the model itself. So I need to open up my Blender file really, really fast and do a super quick extra model on it. And that is, I'm in the background doing it. Trust, Spire Dome. Spire Dome 2. Okay, we got Spire Dome. It's still got the usual collision model and stuff. We don't need to mess with that at all. Got our render model. All right, so all we're going to do is essentially just grab the dome outer 1 here. Oh, dome inner, dome outer. Okay, perfect. So we're going to take the dome outer. Since this is an enormous model, first we're going to do this. We're going to make a new material called dome outer 1 outline. Hopefully that name is not too long. So we'll take this. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to assign the duplicate to the outline. And we're going to run a modifier called shrink fatten. We're going going to zoom in. I feel like that's probably fine. Probably fine. And we're going to also add the precise modifier to both of these. And we're going to do the same thing on the inner, which is selecting the inner force field here, duplicating it, and then assigning it to a new material. Well, the one that we just made in game. Assign that, and we're going to run a shrink fatten modifier on it as well. And then we're going to do, again, 0.1. We'll check. There's a little gap between there and there. That looks good. We're going to go ahead and add the precision modifier on this one too, so that they don't accidentally blend together. Now I think we're good. All right, I'm going to export this into the game. Export as a JMS file for Halo 3. Awesome. It actually worked and didn't blow up like it did the other day. Okay, let's make sure it works. Spire Dome 2, physics, blah, don't care. Render model just exported. Perfect. So all we gotta do is go to Spire. Spire Dome. I need a tags, or not tags, I need my data folder open. Oopsies. Alright, there it is. And then in the render, we have Spire Dome 2. Copy, paste, blah, we're good to go. And then last but certainly not least, we're just going to go ahead and import that into the game. Tool, render, this, draft, because we don't need lighting for something like this. Okay, we should theoretically be good to go. This looks like we doubled the intensity. Give it a fake depth effect by actually adding two on top of each other. Now is the part where we actually make the cool depth effect. And the way we do that is actually so simple. Instead of working on the main dome color, we, to our new outline material that we just made, right here, we're going to start very quickly by doing our self-illumination to pelletized plasma. Which didn't work right away because the game hates me. I set it to 90. Did I just break it again? This was definitely working a minute ago. I swear it was. We all saw it. You guys saw it. We all saw it. It worked. Okay, I'm going to change all the other settings, which is going to be warp from texture. Oh, it needs a warp for real? Ah, that's fine, I guess. Do we have a depth fade? Depth fade range 0.5. What if I did like 1? Not bad, not bad. And the warp does seem to affect it largely. I think I'm going to turn off on the second one. We don't need another overlay, so we can turn that off. And we could possibly do a very bright intensity on this. That broke it somehow. What? Okay, it needs to have an additive detail. Understood. I guess we'll just have to roll with it. 35 grid detail. Let me try deleting that, saving. Deleting that, saving. We're getting somewhere. Alright, let's up the intensity. And then let's take this. Delete, delete, save. My eyes hurt. I'm blind. I'm blind. All right. Right in it. What if I set this to 0? That makes it fully transparent, right? Nope. Unrelated value. Ooh, but look at that line. It's actually interacting with the environment dynamically. Oh. So happy. Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna add a heavy warp to it later, but for now, we're cooking, dude. We're cooking. This looks good. That's outer. Oh, I gotta refresh this. My outer one. So this is the regular dome part. This is the part that is just gonna be giving it an outline. Does it have a it really does depth, or is that just bloom? It might just be bloom. Wait, I'm so curious now. Let me turn this back down to 9. Does it outline the tree too? Is it just... hard to tell. Oh my lord. Like a fucking lightning strike. Scares the shit out of me. Does it interact with players? Jesus Christ! What about this one? I'm so curious. I want to know what the limitations on this shader are. Wait. Deload myself. Ooh, it does interact with players. Wait, that's so sick. What the hell? Damn. Wait, that's so cool. Wait, let's watch the ghost go through. I don't know if it'll show up correctly on this one, but let's see. 'Cause this one's not fully set up yet, but... It does! That's so sick! When you enter or exit it, you're gonna have like a little glowy edge. Nice edging, bro. Thanks. That's really cool, though. Okay, if I want this to look as good as this one, I essentially need to match the awesome factor of this by presumably adding a subtle depth fade to the main one. I think depth fade may actually work on the main one now. Let's take a quick look, see what happens. In fact, let's reset the shader. This is going to be me tweaking stuff a little bit, but bear with me. I think this is going to end up looking awesome. I just honestly need to get my head wrapped around these new shader settings because I have not used these before. All right, so for outer one, the main thing is that I want to match it to is not actually this regular force field barrier shader, but the depth one right here, which does have a simple edge fade on it. But its edge fade settings are set to white and gray, white to gray at 1. I'm at black to gray at 1. Or well, 0.65 anyway. Does that actually work now? It's kind of hard to tell because I reset that other shader. Reset. Outer 1 outline. 2 save, refresh. 1 save, refresh. I don't think it's working yet. If it is, it's very subtle. Let's set the self-illumination on this one currently to 0 so we don't have to look at it for a minute. Okay, yeah, so now if we want to get the depth fade going, it's white to almost black. Let me save this color so I don't lose it. Set our edge fade power to 1. Set it to that, like, almost black color. Why did that increase everything to a ridiculous amount? You know what? Not important right now. What is important is getting this really cool edge fade working. So the other part of this is the self-illumination, re-coordinate. Oh, here, depth fade range is now applied to... Oh, because this one's also palletized. You know what? Screw the plasma shader. Palletized plasma shader is now my best friend, and I'm using it for everything. Oh, but we do need a correct palette. And we need warp set, or else it just simply won't work. Oh, look at that! Look at that! So cool. Alright, let's bring our intensity down to like 2 instead of 9. Damn. Not perfect yet, but I'm really liking how it's beginning to look. What did I miss? It's working. It's working. Got in store for the Sentinel? Quite a bit, but we haven't quite gotten there, unfortunately. Field warp, scale map. Let's reduce the warping almost entirely. It is looking pretty cool, though, I must admit. This is the regular one. I mean, I do prefer the regular one in a lot of ways. Let me try at the very least setting our warping intensity to like 0, because maybe I just don't even want the warping. The warping doesn't really add anything of value in my opinion. I like it being more consistent when it's a dome like this. I do think there needs to be a better edge fade to it as well, if I'm being honest. I don't think this is... Because right now, if you have your edge fade set to the way I have it, which is technically correct, you get this bordered outline. Before it was like black to white. Oh no, that still works. Okay. I think it was like gray to white. Was it white to gray? Oh, I see. That just kind of makes it... Oh, no, wait. This is still inverted. I'm pretty sure it was... Wasn't it gray to white? I'd have to go back and look again. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, it gives like a subtle disappearance to the edge, and then you still get the interaction between with the fade. Oh, it actually has a fade. Plus the little outline there. Oh! So good. So good. And the only reason this overlay is so bright is because I have a doubled up overlay, which, like, low-key, I think I'm just going to remove because I don't actually need the double layer. It's also got a multiplier layer instead of an additive layer, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know specifically what you're talking about, but maybe. The problem with this little glowy bit that's on the edge here is I honestly am not entirely sure what controls that. There is this V coordinate that may be related. Double layered shield looks good enough that you could double the edge glow. Oh, that's a good point, actually. Well, the problem with this is I think... It's okay, this giant effect is coming down. Does this... Okay, yeah, that actually does create like a pulsing effect on the edge here. I think I won't really know how I feel about this until we start making some custom gradients for this. So let's just do that, because right now the entire time I've been using the built-in ODST force field barrier palette, which is pretty subtle, all things considered. Let me try a different one really quick. This is force field barrier plasma palette, and then I want to try something else too. Force field barrier plasma is fine, I guess. Go to the outline, set our, so that's at 0. Relay intensity 66 to 22. Oh, it's just 22. Okay, now we can actually see what the regular one looks like without doubled up depth. I turned the other one invisible. I love this. I fucking love this so much. I'm gonna do this though. We're gonna go ahead and have it on the outer one. A little bit of an experiment. We have depth fade range 0.5. I'm going to set it to 5. Oh, it creates like such a nice depth fade. Holy. Okay, let's do like 0.25. See what that looks like. Back to 0.5. I think 0.5 may have been the sweet spot. Can I like walk through it and get a depth effect going on? Oh yeah, I can kinda. It even like gives me a little outline too. That's so cool. Okay, then what I think I'm gonna do is make my own custom gradient palette. I think the double shield will allow you to have shit looks like some thickness instead of looking like a plastic bag has been put over the spire. Yeah, well that I think is mostly gonna come down to the color palette that I choose here, which all of the colors. The interesting thing about the palletized plasma having this feature is that, as cool as the feature itself is, it all just comes down to whatever the colors are, and I no longer get to choose the colors individually, and they're instead controlled by this extremely simplistic gradient. So I have to screenshot this gradient and get it in. Pretty sure it's a 1 pixel gradient, which I am now screenshotting. Almost. Holy, this is like the hardest thing I've ever read a screenshot in my life. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to screenshot the whole thing and crop it. This is too hard. Perfect. Alright. Screenshot done. I'm going to snag it and put it into Photoshop. Yes. Photoshop would be so good. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, before we even begin editing it, we gotta get Spire bitmaps custom. We got our folder. Spire dome palette. Sick. Okay, so here's what we're cooking with. It is a tiny little baby gradient. As you can see, it starts at this kind of pale blue, it gets a little darker, it gets a little darker and darker and darker to like a basically gray, then it goes to a black, and then it suddenly jumps up to this light blue. If I had to guess, this little light blue that it's jumping up to is the edge fade, and that's why the palletized is so damn cool. Why screenshot and export? Exporting in Halo 3 is like broken. It just like never works. It'll like screw up a bunch of different aspects of the export. It's very obnoxious to not have a functioning exporter in Halo 3. Okay, there we go. This is as big as a gradient needs to be. So now we basically just get to make our own gradient, which is kind of sick. Start at that pixel, and at whatever the last pixel is over here. Make sure it's relatively correct. Looks good. All right, nice. So now that we actually place the gradient, now we can edit the gradient. So if we look at the original, it starts really bright. Obviously, that's going to be the brightest point of the entire thing, so we want some intensity. Then it's going to fade down to a lighter color at about halfway. We want it fairly dim. 3/4 is pretty dim, and at the very little end bit, it's going to go wham, be really bright, and that's going to be our edge border color. So let's, with that knowledge, make something really good. So we'll have to do some experimentation for sure, but I want this to be probably a pretty bright blue like that, which will fade over time into a bit of a more dark saturated blue, which by this middle point should probably be mostly gone into like a dark bluish gray, kind of like the original. And then that might actually not even be dark enough. I'll do a pretty dark color with like a little saturation, and we'll have that. And then over here-ish, we'll do basically like black. And right here, we'll brighten it up super fast to a super bright blue. And then we'll bring it back to this color about an equal distance away. And then we'll go fully black to completely fade it out. Now, I don't fully know. Wait, what is this at? 78, 85. Let's do 80 and 90. Okay. This looks pretty good. I don't know fully how it'll work, but we'll give it a try. Save this to a TIFF file, and we're going to import it into the game. Pretty good. So we just do tool, bitmaps, then we ran that folder that we saved that, got it in, and then we're going to select it. So goodbye, force field barrier, palette. Hello, new one. Objects levels, multi, sandbox forge, spire, bitmaps, custom. Boom. How does that look? Oh. Why is it pulsating? Like a brief moment, it looks good. Ish. Definitely have it set way too bright and way too intense, but the edge part's pretty nice. It's got a good color to it. Is this the V coordinate thing? Okay, it was. Weird that I never noticed it on the other one. Okay, so now we have our, like, fixed color. So the dark part, weirdly enough, usually the brightest part of the mask is where we get that, like... The brightest part of the palette is, like, the generic part of the mask, and then the pulsating part is actually, like, more opaque, dark, and see-through. Which is really weird to me, because if we actually look at the texture we're applying to this, not this one, that's the generic color. Should be this one. Yeah, the brightest part here is all white, and yet the way that it's applying that is something completely strange. Could it be... Oh, wait, I think I understand now. I think I understand how this works. So this is actually the darkest part of the gradient, and then this bright blue part is... This side is the brightest. Just to test it, I'm going to make a white and black simple gradient. To make sure I understand what gets applied where. This will help me to make something good. So we'll do... For the brightest part, now should be white to black. Let's re-import it. There we go. Okay, so that actually looks pretty sick, damn. Goes right down to the edge, all the way white. And then the part coming down is... actually relatively dim. Why does it have a pink coloration? That's so odd. I can see it. It's subtle. Let me do best compressed color format for the palette. Best uncompressed color format. Oh wait, it doesn't add a weird noise value. Does that fix the weird red? No, it's still a little red. How odd. I really like this edge part. That's so cool. Okay, I need to find the part of this mask that controls the, like, downcomer area then, because for some reason it doesn't seem... I'm not fully understanding how this gradient is mapped on here. It could be like 1, 2, 3. It might be split into a triple section. Let me flip it around. We'll do a reverse on it. And so that, okay, so somewhere in the middle is actually, strangely enough, where that occurs. Let's do this. Let's make the middle at 0.50 here completely black, the other side white. What I think this should do, if I understand correctly, is everything should be super bright white, except the wave should be transparent. Okay, it is. That makes sense. That's weird, but I get it. I could cook with this. Okay, maybe other spider shield? What's spider shield? What that? Okay, the other thing I'm going to do here is the following. We're going to do a red, green, blue coloration so that we can map everything mentally. So we're going to make red that one side, green here, and then blue at the very end. I understand pretty well how this works, but I'm going to double check that I know everything. So we're going to have a rainbow dome. We're going to make sure we understand where each color is mapped. So green, which is the middle part here. Red is the main standard color. Blue is the invisible color. And green is... That's so cool, man. Look at this, like a fucking predator vision. But yeah, red seems to be like the standard overall color. Green is the intense bright wave color. And blue is basically the edge color. A little weird, but I can work with it. So, with that in mind, red's going to be our standard color. Have it fade into a cool glowy bit, and then that cool glowy bit will fade into the full edge. And if we look at here, the way that's mapped is the cool edge is like a bright spot, and then you have the edge kind of fade out. That's so weird that they did it that way, but whatever. The same color on edge. Alright, well, you know. It's not my place to judge. So our standard color should probably be kind of a dark, faded, desaturated blue. That'll be a good test there, which will then fade into a fairly bright color like that. And the edge color... I might have to incorporate another in between these that's a bit... Actually, you know what? Let me just delete this one for now, and we'll just try that. It's gonna look kind of flat and boring, but we'll give it a try. So re-import. Okay, yeah, so it just gets this really bright edge to it. And then... Why did I hear... Oh, because I died earlier. Looks pretty good. I think for the standard color, I'm going to darken it a lot. Standard color is going to be very, very dark. Barely show up at all. That. And then for this area here, I think I'll do, we'll have it like fade kind of sharply into this bit. Like that. And then this color, I don't like what? Fade up and in. Fairly dark, and then that'll fade into our really, really bright color there, which will then fade out like that, and then that's 75, so we're 50, 75, and then our final edge color will be, that's just way too cyan, hold on. Make it more blue. And I'll keep that for the outermost edge. Good. It might look a little weird, but let's try it. I'll take some tuning to get it just right. Why is this part like so dim? Like the edge color is like flawless, but it's almost like it's subtracting from it rather than adding. It's really weird. I don't get it. Why is it acting so odd? Maybe it's actually a little bit more over. I suppose it's possible that maybe the gradient actually needs to be moved slightly to this side. I thought I mapped it well and understood it, but it honestly seems to be more like this color, like it's at 0.33 rather than 50. Let's try that. Maybe this will make it brighter. That did actually make it a little brighter. That's cool. Not quite where I want it, though. Keep trying. Move it a little more and a little more. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Oh, now it's starting to pick up the glowy bits. Okay, interesting. Alright, let's try that. Palletized color is so strange. I greatly prefer this type. The regular plasma looks much nicer. If I can recreate it, got like a whitish edge, like right there. In fact, actually, those parts are transparent now that I think about it. The whole thing should be transparent with like a white edge around it. So maybe I was misunderstanding how I wanted to do this in the first place. I think I was. Is that a giant melon? Yeah, this is a huge melon. Okay, we'll start it completely black. Have it fade into a lightish blue at 33. See what that's like. That warps down and looks relatively boring, and I'm sad about it. What I really want, I think, is maybe like an ever so slightly tighter spread to it. I'm seeing it go down. It's leaving an outline of the other stuff. The main thing I want is this cool outline that's bright, nearly white. I think I gotta go back to the red, green, and blue and see what the hell's going on again. Rainbow Spire. You know what it is, dude? I don't think it gives a shit about that one mask I have on there. Did we lose that mask? What is the mask this one has? Force fields, blah, blah, blah. What does force field mask look like for this one? It looks like that. What about... Maybe I need this as the mask as well. Maybe that will give the effect I want. This one is tiled 3 and 4. I'm going to try that. Because right now, this is, what is it, 0.5, 0.1. I just do 1 and 1. I need you guys to tell me if you notice any differences here. I see. 0.5, 0.1, Cub Survival, Cub Force Field Survival Mask. Wait, we might be cooking. We might actually be cooking. Oh? That actually added it back correctly? This was the move after all. We just had to re-understand this. Yeah, it's kind of starting to look like a melon. I can't even lie. It kind of broke it though. Well, like whole edge fade thing it had going on is completely dead now. What's that? But it comes back with this. That's frustrating. Perhaps if I do this texture but with higher contrast, it'll work. Let's give it a try. New texture time. Yay, aren't you guys excited? We get to use a new texture on our cool, fancy new force field shader. Screenshot. Okay, we're gonna have a Fire Dome Alpha. Cool. Alright. In fact, let me save this to a TIFF, so that way we don't even have to worry about any of this crap, because TIFFs basically save perfectly like a Photoshop file. Alright, let's do... We're going to do a massive brightness contrast increase on this. I'm going to throw like 2 of them on here, just spam the hell out of it. Really get the full white to black. Actually, can I just do this with levels now that I think about it? Yeah, I can. I can just clamp this all the way down to like here. Here, let's try that. Okay, we re-import the bitmaps. The idea that I have here is that instead of using the Cov force field survival mask, etc., 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 we'll use this new Dome Alpha. Delete this, save. Okay, we're still in business. Although I genuinely see no change so far. And then we'll do 3 to 4 as the scale. Oh, right, wait. This... And we lost it. Because apparently the alpha mask needs to be all white. Maybe we can regain it back if I invert it. Oh, we might be so back. How does the pulse interact with it now? It goes blue. It goes green. The inverse of what it used to be, right? That green should technically be transparent. No, wait, this is correct, actually. Oh, wait, we got this. This is, you guys don't realize it yet, but we had to invert it for this new shader type, but this is about to work. The melon is real, and it can hurt you, but also, this is about to be so peak. Let's try it with the one that we just had. I don't know how good this will work, but we'll try it. Okay, yeah, see, now this is, it's too bright and the colors are off, but this is the effect that I was shooting for. We got it. Those hexagons, no! They're vaguely reminiscent of hexagons, but it's multi-layered Voronoi noise, because Bungie was still based, even in Reach, for the most part. They weren't perfect, though. Let's not lie. They did use hexagons, and it was disgusting. But it's fine. Probably. Not quite there yet. Maybe I need to do like this to like all black at 50. I know it's split into red, green, blue at 0, 50, and 100. Oh! This is really close to what I want. It's just the colors are wrong, but we're so close to it. I think what I need to do is... Are those more intense areas that turn more saturated blue? Because we have like these light areas that kind of like run over the mask. Excuse me. I think we still have those areas. I don't know which side of the middle part is going to turn more blue. I suppose we can find out. Let's do... First of all, let's switch this to be more of a blue. And then what I'll do to test this is I'll make like a super saturated blue that's going to be like really over the top. We'll see where that appears. Okay, so the super saturated blue appears just like in the straight up main line. And it gets even more saturated. Okay, so it's somewhere here. We gain this very nice, lovely blue. Let's just experiment a little. Right behind it, it goes from like dark blue, and then it fades into that nice... Okay. Then it fades out, and then it fades back into this color here. Move this around a little, see how it looks. So technically this is never supposed to go fully black, though I am setting it to that currently. I think what I'll do is I'll take this and do it just as a dark version of that. Still a little too dark. Oh, look at that. It's still broken. No, it's looking good now. Well, better. It's looking better now. Mainly, I want to get that really sharp blue line right at the edge there. I really like that. I really want to return to that. Oh, I'm done. I think we should be able to get it. I just have to find the exact spot that that's going to live in. So currently, the transition point goes from dark blue to transparent black. The closer this gets to something, the more it gets dark blue, and then as that area leaves, it goes blue and then a lighter blue. Here we go, transparent, dark blue, lighter blue, which if we look is transparent, dark blue, lighter blue. I think what we need to do is right on the other side of 50. 50 is going to be our full transparent area. Right here, we need like a super bright spot. Which could just render out as like a really nice white line, but I have to find the exact positioning for it. So let's give that a try. It's probably gonna look really weird for a second. Yup. Sure does. All right, I have an idea. I definitely screwed that up. That's on me. I'll own that. Can I color swatch? Can I color pick? I can, but just not from there. Awesome. Yeah, so I basically want this darker area here. You know what? Screw it. I know exactly what to do. Damn it, man. This is getting overly complicated and it's killing me. All right, so that we basically got that. We have like this dark area, and then in the middle of the dark area is this really bright line. And we just have to figure out exactly where that line is actually supposed to go. Otherwise, you know, it'll do all this. I guess it technically sort of does that here too, but it's just less intense. Change back so is a Doge face? No, that's a dead meme. That's ancient. You can't do that. I'll go to jail if I try to put such a dead meme on here. They'll just straight kill me. How about... I'm just going to keep experimenting and seeing where this is going to look best. Fuck, dude, Photoshop is... Oh, it's killing me, man. 60. Let's try 60 on the other side of the dark spot. This will put this at 58 and this at 56. Nice, nice. Here we go. And no. That's going to be a no for me. You know what? I say we say screw the little line. I'm done with all that. We'll just do our best. Do our best with what we got. Maybe this, but we just pump up the loom. Like, generally it looks good. It's probably a bit too transparent, all things considered. Oh? That'll look a little better. We're returning to form. It doesn't have those bright, contrasty highlights that I'd like yet, but it's getting there. Maybe if I make the transparency a little tighter. Or the, yeah, like the coloration. Like 45 to 55. I wonder if this will look good. Ooh, now a bit too much, but I see the vision. All right, more experimentation time. I think I've got something. So we're going to put both of these darker colors that things have been fading to about right here. In between 25 and 50 is going to be, what, like 35? No, 37. Ish. I'm just going to eyeball it. Basically, we're going to try this. We're going to do one here at the beginning. This in-between point is actually going to go to a really bright blue. I'm going to see if this will let us finally get those highlights back in a way that never mind. Try it on the other side really quickly. Nope. I mean, technically it kind of works, but it just looks weird. Yeah. When it be like that, it do. Alright. Again, it still feels a little too transparent. We're going to fix that. Start by upping the darkest color to be a bit more translucent. Okay, we're cooking a little bit. Then I think we can improve a little bit more by taking, and I believe it's this one here. We're going to up the brightness of it a bunch. See what that does. Actually, yeah, I like that. That's starting to feel more like what I expect to see, though a bit too saturated. When this comes down, it fades out of that direction completely. Fades back in. Let's reduce the saturation on that a little bit. Make it more white sky blue. Oh my god. My bad. I didn't know. Okay, that's starting to return to form. I'm liking it. Not as good as the OG one in here with that bright contrast that I became such a fan of, but what can you do? I wonder if there's any other shader controls that might allow me to adjust this a little bit. Because we do have noise maps and everything, but the trouble is now we just have this very, very sharp... Wait, self-illum color set to white. What if I set that to red? What does that do? Oh, that just colors the whole alpha palette. Okay. It's subtracting that noise map out. Which is technically correct. That is what it should be doing. It subtracts the wave out. But it's subtracting it out without applying the correct edge glow to it. It's not counting it in the same way that it counts the harsh edge that occurs here. We have a harsh edge glow that goes completely transparent. You know what? I think I know how to fix this. And I don't think it's the problem of the gradient I've been using this entire time. Because I just remembered, when I looked at the actual noise pattern that comes over everything here, it never hits pure white. It's actually a fairly gray color. Alpha only goes up to like 117. If I max that out, I think it'll work way better. The problem is it's never actually reaching the peak. On the other style of shader, it acted pretty good. But here, I think we really have to crank it up so that it actually hits the value that I need it to hit. Screenshot sound, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, let's give it a try. It worked for the other mask that we made, so theoretically it should work here. Gyarados! Thank you for the 3, man. Appreciate it.
Hey Drake. First time listener, long time viewer.
Yep. That's it? That's all you had to say? Bro. This Gyarados guy. This new viewer Gyarados. Something about him, man. Weird vibes, man. Freaking weird, dude. M35 Cub Dome noise C. Okay, we don't want to lose that. Plasma wave. Right, how about now? Oh, might be onto something here. Oh, wow, that looks kind of insane. What the fuck? Didn't even mean for it to look like that. Technically, it's supposed to be like an inverted. Why is it actually coloring it fully? That's weird. That's kind of weird. Maybe I need to invert it, Oh, I do. I almost forgot I need to completely invert it. Okay. Close call. Invert the alpha mask. Yeah, whatever. Invert the alpha mask. Thank you for the 2 Gyarados.
Fine, guess I'll go back to viewing only, no audio.
So you just watch on mute all day? Honestly, kind of based. I wouldn't want to hear me either. Right? That's really fucking weird and definitely not what was supposed to happen. Maybe we just undo all that. Maybe we undo all that. I kind of likes that. I always wanted it to look like this, but it never quite did. I can kind of frick with it, dude. It needs a higher max brightness. Thank you for the 2!
What are you saying?
Huh?
Why can't I hear you? Prank.
Shut the fuck. Prank. For legal reasons, this is a joke. Oh, wait, that was wrong. Oh, we're returning to the main color. Now we have this weird fire wave going down it rather than like a edged pulse. And yes, I know how that sounds. But that's it's kind of cool. I don't know if I like that or not, but like, it's kind of sick. Thank you for the 420 modded gamer.
Your feature creep bores me so hot take.
What is a feature creep about this?
Always hated Halo even back in the Bungie days.
God.
All they do is complain even back then.
True.
I looked it up and it's pretty wild.
Yep.
The Halo community never changes.
I'm old, so I remember that. I actually remember that. I don't know why I admitted that so freely, but yeah, no, it's literally never changed. It never will change. It is what it is. How would I make the brightest white parts of this black? I don't know if I can do that. Whoosh. Yeah, I would prefer if the brightest, like everything about this looks good, but then the brightest part here, because like it's pretty close to the actual interior part, except for the plasma wave. It's a little too bright. It's got slightly too much saturation, but the overall effect is extremely similar. It's literally just the plasma wave that's the problem. Because the plasma wave is now inverted, where it now creates a bright wave, whereas here it's literally just completely an inverse of that. Okay, what if I keep the color the same, but only invert the alpha mask? Oh my god, it turns so bright that it's gonna look terrible. Oh, it's actually color-based. Really? Really? Does the alpha channel actually do anything? No. No. Thank you for the 2 Gyarados.
So UE mod tools in use. Bring Master Chief in.
What the fuck did you just say? So, UE mod tools in use. Bring Master Chief. Oh, you mean like for Campaign of All? Dude, why did my brain like fucking blow up when you... I'm not gonna put Master Chief in Campaign Evolved, dude. I don't know what you think changed between getting new mod tools for Campaign Evolved and everything, but like, my stance on adding Fortnite characters in Halo has not changed, and it's never gonna change, dude. You keep asking, put Master Chief in Halo, put Master Chief in Halo. I'm not gonna put a Fortnite character into Halo, dude. I've been very firm on this stance. I will not do it. Fuck, dude, it's so close to being perfect. I spent so long on this, but it's just not quite there. What is right in front of the wave? Hold on, wait, what's right in front? Oh my god, dude. It's so cool when that happens, but it's like a jump scare. Onyx ER still sucks, and making tools for it also sucks. Yeah, I've been kind of just waiting to see if maybe it gets a little better.
What did you say? Prank.
Dude. Freaking pranking.
Classic modern game dev move, blackwashing the white parts. Also, I made a
What?
real version of the pump/wood shotgun from Left 4 Dead 2. Check stream chat.
No, I don't think I will. Thank you for the. Thank you for the.
Halo C, half of them
Thank you for the fourth
like
one.
the Flood originally. Halo 2,
True.
they thought the story was too confusing and the Arbiter was bad and
I remember
didn't
that.
like dual wielding. Halo 3, they thought the story was weaker than
Well, it
Halo
was.
2. Reach, they thought it wasn't classic.
Yeah, no, the Halo fans have always complained about every Halo game. It's only when they look back, they're like, oh my god, it was so peak. I remember the Halo 2, everybody hated the Arbiter. They're like, dude, why are we playing as the aliens, bro? This sucks. I don't really remember complaints about Halo 3, to be honest. I just love the game so much, I didn't even bother even listening to anything other people said. But yeah, I definitely remember people fucking hated the Arbiter in Halo 2. And everybody hated the armor abilities in Reach so much. I don't think the glowing wave is going to grow on me. I think it's definitely looked better. It definitely looked better before. My thought is, why does it have the inverted edge? And why does inverting the image not cause the result that I want? Might need to make an entirely new one where it's just like a black wave on the same kind of noise background. I think I know what I need to do to make this work. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to adjust the levels so only the noise wave. So we're going to do an invert of this. We're going to mostly max it out. Bring it down to here. This will give us the like sort of black wave effect that I'm after. And then I'm going to make a new noise map. No, I'm going to change the... do that. We'll try that. No.
Halo fans look back and think
Hey,
they were
three.
literally perfect when the OG fans did literally the same thing these people do now with 343 and Halo Studios. Obviously more toxic, though their nostalgia bores me.
The nostalgia bores me. No, 100% though. Duplicate this one out. It's always been like that. It's never going to change. Halo fans have always been impossible to please. It literally just is what it is. Mask it. Put this in here. Invert the mask. We get this effect on top of everything else. We mask that. No, wait. Now that I have the mask, we just make this all black. Maybe that works. Makes me sad. Unless we take this, now we generate our own noise. Wait a minute. I'm about to big brain it. Hold up. New filter, render, clouds. We need more detailed clouds. I'm generating more detailed clouds. Hold on. We need a 1024 image for this. Filter, clouds. Okay, cloud texture is made. Copy. Paste it into our new layer. Be scaled down a little bit more. Maybe like that. Get some nice contrast. That's pretty good. And then we're going to run a leveler on it to darken the bits until it looks roughly correct. That's pretty close. Then we throw that on there so we have an inverted wave. And it's invisible. Bro. So it's only additive. Completely, entirely only additive. Why? What if I make the noise like super bright? Wait, why is it clamped? What? Why is it clamped? Technically, sorta kinda works. It's definitely not what I intended at all. Can I make it all white again? Is that just... That's just gonna be a repeat of everything we had before. Yeah. You can just visually see. I was hoping it would like subtract from it, but it just like totally doesn't. Unless maybe it's a tertiary thing again. So like we do that, and then we level this one back down. Wait, that works? Of course it does. Thank you for the 2, Adam!
Cool shotguns aside, I'd stay and yap, but I've had the flu for 4 days now and it doesn't seem like it'll be gone soon, meaning I'm probably gonna have to call out of work, which means less money made to throw at you, but it is what it is. Well, have a good night, bro.
You too. Oh, I was actually gonna go look at your thing in a second, but I appreciate it, dude. I'm sorry they got the flu. That's fucking brutal. Fucking blows, dude. Hell no. I was gonna do a thing to do. Give me one. Well, if you stick around, I will definitely look at it. I just wanna. This is like I'm experimenting with this crap, and it's so. think I know what to do. Damn, wait. Okay. This is clean. This is super fucking... Wait, is this... This is like the raw render model. This is the actual... Damn! Dude, oh my god, I fucking wish I could do this with the Halo guns, bro. Holy fuck. That's crazy, actually. It's 1-to-1. God, I need a Halo Magnum, dude. Is it Left 4 Dead 2? Yeah. But real. Dude, Adam is actually so good at this shit. Like, he's also done the fucking Killing Floor 2, like multiple Killing Floor 2 guns as well. So cool, bro. Okay, here's my idea. Here's my idea. This is a stupid idea, but I'm gonna try it. Whoops. I'm gonna apply the layer mask. I'm gonna get this funky thing here. I'm gonna run a filter, blur, Gaussian blur to add a white outline. That's not gonna work. Never mind. Fuck. What if I just softly paint in a white outline? Does that work? Why is it overriding everything? Oh, because it's just like super faded out. Got it. I'm painting with a black brush. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? Okay, let's try this. Oh, it kind of works. It's not what I want it to be, but it actually kind of works. So close to being good. What if I do that? It's right there, dude. It's right there. I almost have it. Fuck. I really need to understand why this is clamped. Okay, found out why. I think I'm starting to understand how this all works. I've accidentally created some wacky stuff in these like pockets, which tells me either So all white, does it glow super bright? Yes. Okay. So delete that. Fix the levels so we never see a pure white coloration anywhere. Re-invert this. Getting close. Clear that out. Try this. Do we get a white bordered edge on the wave? Get a white bordered edge like in the wave rather than at the edge of it. Close. Okay, with a harsh black to white contrast. Actually, the inverse, or the wave harsh line, is... No, it is white, it is bright, and then it goes to black, surprisingly. It's possible. I'm seeing it with my peepers, dude. It's possible. I have another idea. I hate the way that this shader is set up, dude. I actually hate this so much, but I gotta test it. If I do a black all the way to a white, how does that render? At the top, we see white is giving a very bright glow, inevitably. And then nothing. And then halfway up is when anything starts to happen. It begins to go from black, slowly fading into a super bright color. And it disappears. And then the color gets slowly faded from black to gray to white. This is what's so annoying about this shader. Transparent is actually gray. Black is nothing. Gray is transparent, and then white is bright, which is so confusing to work with when you're doing a black and white texture. I get it for the sake of the plasma shader, that way you can get these high contrast lines between the gray to the white, but like, oh, I can work with it. I'm just also in pain. So white's going to be super bright. Gray is going to be transparent. Armed with that knowledge, I know exactly what I need to do now. So I need a perfect mid-tone gray. Where is that? 255 goes to 122 for transparency. Yeah, let's do 123 to be safe. Thank you for the 2 Adam.
Stayed tuned long enough for you to check. Thanks for saying that. It's far down the line, but I do plan on making the Halo 2 Magnum.
Oh, hell
Was
yeah.
gonna use a Glock for it, but decided a different, more expensive gun will be a better fit. Anyway, good night and good stream.
Thank you. Have a good one. I hope you can recover soon. Right now I'm sick. Oy. Ooh. Okay, guys, I didn't cure cancer out here, but this is pretty cool. See if it works. I understand how this works well enough to believe I may have actually recreated... Wait, it's pretty close-ish. Harsh white border. Comes down. Oh, it's close to what I wanted, dude. It's close. The gray isn't quite right. I'm going to duplicate this a couple times. Well, maybe just one time would be enough. We almost have it back with this cursed-ass system, but it's like almost there. Wait, that's kind of awesome. If I merge all of these, and then we give it, like, an outer glow of black, I think we just win. Do that, and then anywhere that we see these, like, patches, we just erase. Random splotchy patches. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. See, let's see. So look. Oh, it's pretty close. There's some weird, like, spots that appear in there, but it's pretty close. How goes it? I'm dying. But it's working, kinda. Sorta. I do feel like the edge should be brighter than that, and yet it's not. You guys are so right. I should increase the spread so that it becomes a more defined, transparent area. True, real. Maybe it fades too quickly. Oh, perhaps I could do two glows. Because when it's all white, it's really bright. This mid-tone gray, which I can only do one outer glow. Radiant outer. Wait, no, that's so lame. This is probably gonna look awful, but I'm gonna try it anyway. See what happens. So crunchy. We should subtract it a little better. Now, I don't think the problem is what I have right now. I think there might be a more precise color to use here. So that goes there. I'm just gonna find the exact color I need. There is an undocumented color that I need. It's not white. It's not black. Black does nothing, gray does subtract, white does glow. Problem is, mid-tone gray does not necessarily seem to be the exact gray that I need. So I'm gonna experiment with this random dark gray. Yep, that random dark gray does nothing, so that's not the one I want. At a... where is it? Maybe like 140 could be better. Oh, that's really good, actually. Oh! My favorite YouTuber? Oh, thank you. It's really kind of you. Appreciate that. Sitting here, I'm just fucking dying. Oh, you know what? I'll take it. I'm appreciative. Set that to white. Why does that... Hello? What does that do? Does look a little bit more correct, but it needs that harsh glow, and it refuses. It just refuses. I'm not gonna lie, so those little ghosts moving, and I thought there was a bug on my screen. It really threw me off. Idea number 2. Color overlay, it becomes totally white, but it's too transparent, so nothing really is ever going to happen with that. So instead I do an outer glow is white, but then I make it have a way lower spread. And then I overlay this atop it, so we get this kind of like weird hybrid coloration. And then I up the whiter outer glow spread ever so slightly until we get like this weird contrasting color going on. I pray. Actually, it does look kind of cool. I think we might be cooking a little bit here. Let me keep going with this. Ooh, it's getting like a ripple effect. I kind of like that. Wait, that's pretty sick. It's like a I didn't mean for it to turn into this like multi-layered ripple, but that's kind of awesome. It's like really bright and then like dark again. Right, because it fades in. You're making it from scratch is kind of overkill. But look, it's the new ODST shader, courtesy of Zophie, and now it interacts with the terrain and it's all glowy. I don't really have a choice, to be completely honest with you. It either... Wait, too, because it glows a little bit extra, too. I wonder if I could... Because gray is going to be added intensity. Black is going to do nothing. Hello? Hold on. One sec. God damn it, I can't have shit around here. Your chair stream's over. A loser is back? Bro, I go through all this effort to recreate the entire gigantic, enormous, hyper gigantic, huge dome shield. And I get called a loser. Unbelievable. All my hard work pays off for what? For this? I don't think so. I do wonder. Let me try editing something. I'm going to edit the depth fade range to like 5. Does that change? Oh, it does. That looks really nice. I like that. I like that. I can just get that intensity of the border glow to appear at the very same amount on the rest of this thing. I'd be so happy, man. The transparent area on this could do the same. Oh, that would be so nice. I don't think it's going to be possible with this shader. It's funnily enough, I do see like some near perfect. I think maybe there's a very specific tone of gray that I'm just like completely missing here. But if I get it just right, I might be able to pull off something cool. I have an idea though. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say screw this for a second, right? We'll keep the exact wave up here in this shape. And I think I'm going to try painting a perfectly mid-tone wave. On a new layer. With a totally hard brush, so it is the perfect gray color. Like that. This is going to look terrible, but just ignore that for a second. I just want to see if this works. So we'll just have a gray wave of the exact perfect tone here. Result is... kind of what you'd expect. It subtracts relatively perfectly. Alright, with our perfect thing here, we're going to just experiment and see what happens if I take this exact color of 123 and I bump it up to 134. What is the effect? We're going to bump it up 10 on the color values, okay? We start to see little white spots appear in here. That's interesting. Bump it up 10 more. You had tiled lasagnas? I could, and it might even look awesome. Go to 147. What do we get? Start to see even more like white bumped spots appearing. It's like highlighting certain bits in there. All right, let's keep it rolling. We'll keep bumping it up more. Do another color overlay. Let's just bump it up a little bit more, see what happens. More highlights. Pretty cool. I think I understand what I need to do now. So here's my idea. We're going to bring this back down a little bit right before I implement my idea. We're going to bring it below to about 116 here, because there may be a more perfect cutout transparent color. But I don't think so. I think we had it. I think the mathematically perfect one is the halfway value. So here's what we do. Here's what we do. We turn my crappy mask into something about 120. We'll say 122 would probably be it. That's something I can't get right between 255. Or no, yeah, 120. Half of 250 is 125. Oh, wait. Half of 250 is 125. No, plus 2 is 127. So actually I should have been at 127 the whole time. It's just mathing wrong. Then we'll try doing a... Where's my fucking aliasing, bro? Well, whatever. We're gonna try this. Thank you for the $5 counter. Good to see you.
I am so excited to see someone making this. What's the plan for a Strato using the deployment spire?
For a Strato using the deployment spire? What do you mean using it? Like using it how? It kind of like overlays and enhances it. In order to overlay and enhance it, it can't be a perfect white color. Perfect white is too strong. Okay, I think I got this though. So we take this, duplicate it for a backup, outer glow, set it not to white, but a pretty bright color. Crank the spread down a little. Oh, it's so close to being good. It'll never work perfectly. It's such a shame. Unless... Thank you for the $5 counter.
I may have missing context as I just joined.
Oh!
Just saw the stream name, then you messing with the deployment spire's shield.
Oh yeah, I'm literally just working on the shield right now because Zophie sent me this new shader that's so cool, and it has like an edge glow. It's from ODST, ported back into Halo 3 courtesy of Zophie. And Halo 3 never had this feature, but it's a plasma shield that can now interact with the environment and generate like a glowy area. But I've had to redesign the entire Spire shield around it because it uses a very different coloring system, and I'm kind of like decoding it right now, which is why the pulse looks a little weird at the moment. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. We actually haven't even done this Strato because I've spent like all stream rebuilding the entire Spire dome to account for that. Because I think it looks way better. Like, if you look at the inside, this is the old shader on the inside, where it looks fine. Nobody's ever complained about it or thought it was bad. But yeah, it's literally just this. I'm also just now realizing this is interacting with my own gradient, which means technically I could modify it from here. Fuck, dude, I don't know. Something about this shader really messes with my head, man. Really messes with my head. Because, like, I'm doing this gradient mask, and I'm like, oh, the gradient mask sucks, but then I'm also just like, wait, this is also just how I decided the gradient mask should look. This is how I'm masking white to black. I could literally just change the entire system to work normally. I'm just choosing not to, basically. What he said, don't overthink. The problem is I don't really have a choice but to overthink. Here's something I can try, though. Here's something I can try. I'm going to do this. Why is there a green in here? What the fuck? So I'm going to do a white to black mask. Very simple one. And that's going to give us this result here, where the end of it becomes white. And what I'm going to do is take our plasma wave here. I'm going to undo everything I've ever done in my entire life until we get our original plasma wave back. If I even have enough backup steps. I don't know how many times I edited this, but it was a lot. So hopefully... And we lost it. Okay. I think this is the original, right? Yeah, this looks like the original. So with this, we import this. So this is now what our plasma wave looks like. Do the OG thing we did, invert that. It makes everything glow, but then it does have a nice plasma wave effect. That kind of is reminiscent of the old thing. And then I'm like, okay, well, if now white is mapped to be super bright and black is mapped to be transparent, because that's what we have here, then what I would really want to do is have it be this, but clamped down to be gray. So I would do a levels, and I would just clamp everything down to be like 127, right? Yeah. Now the brightest anything would ever get on this texture is mid-tone gray, meaning it would never actually add on in a massively glowy way. Pretty cool. Then the other thing is that other texture I was working on, which is this one, also very, very bright. Probably should clamp it to be like more of a mid-tone gray again. Save that, re-import that. Didn't fucking do anything, god damn it. Change cub noise B from this other one. Actually, no, wait, this one's really nice, right? Yeah, this one's like super chill. I don't even need to touch that one. Oh, right, because the alpha mask. Hold up. This one probably actually needs to have a real alpha mask. Oh. Okay, that's a little more reasonable. We're returning to sanity. It's starting to look normal again. So I think what I would want is just like the original had now, because obviously this goes to basic transparency right here. It goes like, I don't think I can. I think this is probably the best I can do, though. This is probably the best I can do. It doesn't look bad, too. It looks actually pretty sick. And now that I know it looks pretty sick, and this is the brightest, and this is the darkest, if I return here, this is going to look terrible now, because the darkest part just gets mapped onto... Actually, it looks kind of cool, but that's definitely not what I want. So now, basically, I just want to take this gradient that I've been using, and we're just going to simplify the hell out of it, so that we basically get a super bright, lovely energy blue. Actually, I want it to be like an almost white at the very end, to then a regular saturated nice blue, to a super dark desaturated grayish blue. Give that a try. Interesting. Very interesting. I have a really good idea now that I understand and like can actually wrap my head around all this. Lower the brightness so that it gets really, really dark right after the edge. So we'll have these really bright white highlights. Ooh, whoa, that's kind of sick. Ooh, that's crazy. That's definitely too bright, but like that's kind of sick. When reach your overdue, see how these values you need. No. I wish. Okay, theoretically, I could add a bright white glow on the wave. I don't think it would look very good, but technically, I could. I'll give it a try. Is there anything that's going to only apply it to like lighter colors? There's one that only applies it to darker areas. Is there one for lighter? I don't think there is. Color dodge is similar to what I want. Ooh, overlay, perfect. Whoa, that's kind of sick, actually. Damn, that looks cool. Let's erase some of this so it's like less large and in charge. Make it more subtle than that. We're getting somewhere with it. I think I probably erased a little too much with that. I'll be a little more conservative with my erasing. Okay, we're cooking a little bit. I need to make some edits to this palette, and then I think it'll be a bit nicer. Yeah, the glow wave is starting to look pretty good again. I think the top part where I put the white bits here, I think needs a little bit more white. Okay. That might be alright. Let's give it a go. Ooh, I think that's basically returned to the old effect. It's not one-to-one, but it's very similar. The only downside is it's more uniform and doesn't have that cool, like, warping, flowy effect that it used to have. Though, I might be able to return that effect. If I overlay this onto it, it might actually be functional. Maybe not. Maybe not. What are you building today? Yeah, the dome. I finally was good enough to build the dome. I made it work, thanks to Zophie. Time subtract kind of goes crazy. Hold on. This is gonna look terrible, but I'm gonna try it. I'm curious. Whoa. Yeah, really not a fan of how that is, but that's kind of fucking awesome at the same time. To be fair, the issues running into gently could be my fault. Let's go with that. It makes me feel better about myself and my ability to do things. So you're actually right, and I completely think that's the case. Overall, it's pretty good. It just doesn't warp the areas that I would like for it to warp as much as I would like, but the edge before would like go it would wiggle a lot. Maybe it's about time I return the warp effect. Maybe that's why the warp effect was present on this before. Must return to the warp effect. What does this texture even look like? Oh, it's like a normal map, kind of. My only wish is that the warp did not affect the overlay. Actually, wait, I could just disable the overlay. Or no, I think if I disable overlay, it breaks the whole thing, right? Okay, yeah, so it needs to be additive detail. But I have two shaders now, so I could apply the overlay on the other shader and then just not worry about it. You're so right, me. So smart, so real. I need tags, FX. It's shaders, default bitmaps, alpha, black. And then I go to my other shader, outer one outline, and then I set my overlay on this one back up, which was an intensity of 22. There we go. Consistent overlay. Actually, that is so dark now in comparison to the shield dome. Consistent overlay. And now we can have a wiggly warping dome, which I will now wiggle and warp even further. Okay, maybe slightly less than that. And perhaps, again, even less. Oh, that might be it. That's pretty cool. Very bright, though. Very bright. Perhaps if I lower the intensity of the glow of everything, maybe it would be a bit better. Alright, loom is 4. Let's bring it to 2. I liked it super glowy before, to be honest. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. It's pretty cool looking. I think I like this. This feels more Halo 3. But we just won't be able to achieve the same... Wait, am I stupid? Don't answer that, first of all, but... This custom shader was the other trick. Technically it's a custom shader, but Zophie just basically ported the ODST version of this shader into Halo 3. I don't know if I think this looks better. That's my only complaint here. I don't know if this is better. Let me adjust the gradient a bit. I have a potential other idea that could actually make this end up looking a bit better, but I'm not convinced this is actually better. Yet. So definitely too bright. Definitely too bright. Add a little bit of that contrast there, but enough that I can see the dome in like the outlined areas, but yeah, it does highlight over everything. That's kind of the beauty of the shader and why I was so much desiring to have it. It's super fancy. I'm going to adjust the warp a little bit, too. I'm starting to like this a bit more, though. We'll say. It's just pretty cool. I think my wave texture could use a little bit of work. For sure. I think the warp could also use a little bit more love. I think the warp is pretty good, but I think if I tiled it more, it would look even better. That would look a little bit better. There. All right. We're going to do something real quick. Our brightness is too much. It's definitely too much. We're going to reduce it, which is going to make me unhappy. But then we do this. Super pale final color. Lowered brightness, yes, but returned contrast on the brightest areas. Actually, even that might be a bit much. I didn't need it to increase that much. In fact, what if I, instead of changing the final color here, if I just lock in what we already have here, and then make like another final color that's like right at the end, right at the edge of everything. Ooh, wait, this is kind of sick. We're doing the Strato Sentinel in just a minute. I'm more or less done with this effect, I would say. I'm going to tweak it just a tiny bit more, but I think we're about there. Okay. Okay. Sending effect at the top of the spire is out of sync with the wave effect and it's driving me insane. It's actually like that in Reach too. It's like it pulses, then you see like a late ripple come down. Pulses and then launches it down. I tried retiming it, it actually looked worse. I think this is the right move, weirdly enough. Alright, this is so hard to dial in, but I think I'm understanding the solution here. true full intensity brightness does require a higher intensity on the shield. However, back here, we were getting a nice pale blue as the highest highlight, which tells me that with a super high brightness, everything's fine. Really, I just need to lower down this color to be more blue to get a bright yet pale blue like I have on the outside. Or like on the inside, but on the outside here. The way it calculates like colors and stuff on this new shader is so whack, but I'm slowly figuring it out. I missed before when the math would calculate the brightest point. I think I just need a higher res, like, wave texture. I need to upscale this wave texture so I can actually get some fine, precise details out of this. Currently, it's such a pain in the ass. The fact that this is so low res is just, like, what kills me. Let me try this. What are we at? 256? And let's do this on a 1024. Well, we can leave the fucking half-baked wave thingy, but at the very least I can redraw a thinner outline here. Let's try it. I don't think it's exactly what I want, but we'll try it. Oh, thinner. It's thinner. Actually looks better. Holy shit. Higher res went a long way at making me not hate this. Now I don't even feel like I need the warp effect as much. We could probably lower the intensity down to like 125. Nice. Wait, that's cleaner. That's actually a lot cleaner. I do low-key miss this one a little bit, but... Hippopotamonastrosis quipidillophobia scares you. You might have it. That's probably true. I think the final thing I could do to make this really, really good is to just lower the max white levels on here. And then perhaps up the average. Lowered white levels, yes. And then gradient time, we're gonna up the darkest color just a little so that we can see everything, even in the more transparent areas. I lied, that actually looked kind of bad. But maybe just have it get a little darker a little later. It's about the right tone, and then I'll leave it a little more color, a little longer on the gradient. Nope, that was not it. God damn it. Oh, okay, wait, that might actually... This now is starting to feel more like a Halo 3 energy shield. I was starting to not like it as much as I otherwise might have because it started to feel a little too far off like a Halo... Like, this feels like a Halo 3 energy shield. This was starting to feel a little bit off. In fact, to me, it still kind of does a little because there's this, like, very, very whiteness to this. So I feel like maybe if I add a little bit more color... a little bit more saturation, I might like it a bit more even. Oh, maybe. The blues are returning. It's starting to feel natural again. Now it's starting to feel more like the original shader. This is making me happy. Comparing like the inner shield that I can see running there to this one. Colors are so much closer. The wave section is too much brightness. I agree. That's kind of what I'm trying to fix. The problem is it's a very fine line tweaking these colors. I'm gonna saturate it up a little bit more, see what kind of effect that has. Okay, no, it's not it. Like, the difference between that ever so slight saturation is pretty substantial when you compare it here. I have some pretty high intensity brightness values. Blue inside is a bit darker. Yeah, it is. It is. I could try this. With my gradient here, I could try it like, this is going to sound silly, but like lowering the brightness of the entire file. Maybe with a hue saturation filter though, so it like straight up does it like this. What's that gonna do? I lowered the contrast more than I would have liked. Let's try with a brightness contrast filter. Not bad. That feels pretty close. I'm gonna see, this might be a dumb idea. I'm gonna up the contrast a little bit too. It's pretty close. It's not exact to how it used to be, but it's pretty close. And now it's got this sick-ass, like, integration into the ground here, which is so cool. Dynamic glow interacting with terrain and any of the objects around it. This is what I've been wanting for so long. And I wish I could... Nobody's ever going to see that effect unless they go back in theater mode or get insane. Plus, look at these shadows, dude. These fucking shadows. These crazy, super deep shadows. I love it. I'm gonna fly a pelican through the shield. See what it looks like. Oh my god, look how good those dynamic shadows look. That is, oh, look at that, like, as I fly through them in the pelican. Holy shit, that's crazy. I just wish I could make every shadow have infinite distance, because that looks so nice. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty subtle. I barely noticed it there. Oh, right, because it displays it probably based on the surrounding object. Yep, I'm out, you got me. Oh, right, no, it's because I was on the inside of it. But normally you would fly in and see it, like, glow like that. Oh my pelican. Holy fucking, it's nailing me, dude. Dodged. I found infinite distance. I was given the model and literally fade out distance like 500. Wait, fade out distance controls that? Really? I thought it was bounding radius. If that works, that would actually be kind of insane. I could just go through everything and do that. Bounding radius seemed to be the one that I thought was gonna make it work, but I'm gonna give it a try. Actually, my pelican... Let's see, what's my fade out distance? Oh yeah, I already have it at like 1 trillion. Interestingly enough, too, you have to be close to the terrain, close enough to the terrain for it to even... Well, no. Maybe it's because of the air probe. Maybe air probes, if you're closer to an air probe, it won't do it. Because, like, up here I don't get shadows. Then I get close to the ground. Shadow. I got it. Oh my god. Okay, basically, if you're on the ground and you're attached to the light map, it'll do it. You go up close to an air probe, Halo 3's engine is just like, no. A little bit of a shame, but I technically could remove air probes. I probably won't. I think I'm pretty happy with this shield. I spent a long time tweaking this and trying to understand how this new shader worked. Kind of got mind melded there for a second, but I think I understand it now. That's gonna look like you baked the map. Yeah, it is really good. The main like the shader is substantially better. I think the real issue now is pretty much unfixable. It's just the hard-coded way Halo 3 actually generates the shadows and decides when to turn them on and off, and that's not something that shader controlled, but that's just the game. I think it looks phenomenal though. It looks so good. Especially like, look at this. The shadow being cast from the base here. So cool. So cool. And I have like a dynamic light as well, which means the shadow becomes actually more of like a blue shadow, which is so cool to me. It would be so nice if there was a way to color the shadow something other than black so that they could like take on the skylight's color or something, because like it does this really cool effect where I have this dynamic blue light coming from this, right? And the skylight is kind of orange. And so you don't see the blue light because it gets put out by the sun, right? So you get this orange to then blue transition, which looks really clean to me. Thank you for the 5, Pat. Appreciate it.
My scrotum is maroon. In the winter, my scrotum is purple.
Same, actually.
Although I am human, I have my faults. I would like to announce my support.
Thank you. That was so brave, and I really appreciate it. You didn't have to tell me about your purple scrotum, but you did, and I appreciate that. One day. One day. Oh shit, wait, what does the upper area look like? I haven't even gone up the lift yet. What's it look like in here? Whoa. self-shadowing goes kind of crazy in here. Oh, Jesus! Ooh, there's more dynamic shadows now through the windows and stuff. That's so nice. You can actually see it, like, very, very nicely. It didn't do it. Like, it technically did it before, but it was, like, basically not noticeable. It almost looks like a light map on an object of this size with this level of detail. That's so cool. Damn, that's cool. George, I need to have the new shader thing on the Spire's top plasma. Spire. Oh, yeah, I don't have it on the inside. It's only on the outside right now. I should put it on the inside just to make sure I like how it looks. Let me see how it is to drive through it. Let's steal a warthog real quick. The inside right now is on the old shader still. Holy fuck, they're so scary. Dude, the new shadows on the warthog is actually wild to me. It looks so cool. Alright, so we're driving through the new shader now. That's pretty sick. Ow. Ow. Like, the dynamic lighting on this warthog is crazy. Oh my god! A maniac, yeah. It looks so sick. Ow, ow, ow. Trying to like go into like a super well lit area just to see how nice it can look. Because a lot of this map is shadowed. I actually touched the lighting as well. Oh shit. I've definitely noticed a visual improvement. I've been in this game engine for so long. Seeing these nicer shadows, like, it's really, really obvious to me. Like, it's really dark and detailed. Look at that, that's wild. It literally looks like a dynamic lighting system in, like, a modern game. Like, I know it's still using Halo 3's, like, directional generated shadow map per object with, like, a bunch of faults and it disappears under a certain number of conditions and stuff, but when it's like this, it's so nice. It reminds me of stencil lighting from Halo 2 a lot. I think this is just such an improvement. Contact hardening shadows sharper, the caster as the ground soft. Simplified by the sun being a directional light, so the projection is orthographic. I do notice a blur there, and then I can't tell if it's. It does, you know, it does seem to be a bit blurrier. It's pretty subtle, like the amount of blur here. I can definitely tell it's a bit sharper on that edge, and it's a bit softer here. It's not like a massive amount blurrier, but I can definitely see it. I wonder if it's noticeable over here. I think the range might be clamped or something. It's hard to tell. Like, this one's definitely super blurry far away, though. This I can see. Like, the blur goes kind of crazy here. It makes sense, though. It probably shouldn't go crazy blurry on the sun. Like, that would be kind of weird. Oh, wait, you know, that is a spot where I feel like I can really tell. Look at that. Oh, wait, no, that's because it's blending between those two. Never mind. You know, this one on the outside might actually be a bit too saturated. It might be a bit too blue. Let me reduce the saturation a bit. Even still, it feels a little bit too cyan. Sometimes all you need is a subtle adjustment. Let's see. I think that's a little better, yeah. It's a little better. Should have just shoved the high quality shadows into shadow apply faster and point. I don't know what that means. I don't know what all those are. I've never looked at the shader system, but sounds cool. Fix the normals on water. Did water have broken normals? I never noticed. I don't have any water on the map to look at, but huh, that's cool. Oh, the little edge glow is so cool. Finally feels like the domes are actually a part of the terrain. I've been wanting that for so fucking long. Thank you for the 5, Pat. Appreciate it.
The shadows from my maroon bag will never wane, much like the shadows you see in this game. Beauty is real, shadows you can feel. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you! It's time to do the inner ones. I'll rename these shaders. We now have outer one. Becomes inner one. We will have to modify it a little to be a little less intense color-wise, but then we got that. And then we need outer one outline to become the inner one outline. Okay, let's close all this real quick. Inner one outline. Leave it at default values, and then we'll do inner one. And I think the only thing I want to do for inner one is to probably just lower the glow amount a little bit. Make it a little more easy to see through from the inside. Where is that? Self-illum alpha, self-illum intensity. Let's have it. Now it just looks a little silly, not gonna lie. Damn, this is kind of sick.
Blue team is now at power level 2.
Yeah, it still looks pretty awesome. Why does it look more intense on the outside? Is that just a me thing? Maybe that's just a me thing. Oh, it's so cool the way it like interacts with the environment. I'm so happy about that. You make the dynamic shadows render from further away. It's on a per object basis. The way the shadows, I don't believe, get to override where they render and go further. Basically, cheaper shadows apply when the game decides to be cheaper, which is when it's 2007 title and everyone has hardware that exceeds the end. Oh, yeah. Oh, so you're saying there's like a cheap shadow version as well that it uses that'll sometimes come into play. I haven't noticed it. I technically have forced high quality shadows at all times on everything in my performance throttle, so maybe I'm just never going to see that because of that, but that's cool though. That's pretty cool. Interesting. I see a way I might be able to interact with this interestingly, but I don't know if I want to go through the effort of changing a bunch of stuff now. Okay, the full change list? Hell yeah. So cool. I can't wait to see this at nighttime. I feel like on the nighttime map, this is going to look insane. I'm a little worried the dome is going to be a little too bright on the nighttime map, but like, you know, whatever. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, one sec. I must use a little bathroom break. I'll be right back. Yeah. I've returned. Oh, I paused. I was hoping that the glassing beam would go by while I was gone. Well, we can always force it. That makes me so happy. But he said, does this mean you can draw shadows or other blend lines around forge objects like rocks now to go with terrain geometry? You can draw shadows or other blend outlines around forge objects. I mean, I can do outlines, yeah. Like, I can have an object that has an outline that interacts with the terrain around it. And forge objects too, yeah. This shader, like in the same way this does an outline, I could just make the rest of this invisible and just have the outline remaining on any shape. It'll interact with everything. It would be like a glowy outline, you know, like a King of the Hill type outline or something from like Reach. With snow around the bottom. Oh, it would only be glow. This shader only supports like additive glow outlines. I don't think it can do like regular textures as outlines. That would have to be like a completely new shader type. Update now. Well, you want to try? You're excited about the glow outlines, and I'm really excited about the glow outlines. Are you excited about the glow outlines enough that you want me to actually update this with the fancy glow? It's not like a crazy. It's just a visual change, but yes, I appreciate that because I'm pretty excited about it myself. No, maybe the edge fade is throwing me off. I'm gonna try something really quickly. What's my full-on edge fade? It's this 0 to 1. What was it in the other thing? It was not like white to. Wasn't it white to black? I have that gray saved. It was like this. Or no, maybe it was black to white. I forget. Let me check really quickly, because I changed the visual completely and I totally forgot about this aspect. Oh, wait, this doesn't even matter. 0.65 white to... I was on the wrong shader. White to gray, I believe, was correct. Wait. Maybe it was gray to white. Hold on. Fuck, dude. I'm not trying to change all this stuff right now. I just broke it. Fix it real quick. Dome. Inner one backup. What was it? It was black to gray 0.65. Okay. There we go. Now we still have our cool little bits, but it's not like overwhelmingly bright. What was the other part that I was gonna... Oh, right. Wanted to see one last thing before I'm done with this shader, which is a force field shader, not depth. It's view, because it does black to white at 1. This does gray to white at 1. I've seen a huge difference, to be honest. If I change it from 1 to like 0.1. It becomes brighter, but I don't like that. Ooh. Wasn't it the inverse of this before? Where it was like... So that makes it so like the area that's near you is very visible. And then it makes the edges kind of fade just a touch. Or you could like crank it up and make the edges like very faded. Or I could do the inverse of this, which is white, black. Right? And that makes the part you're looking at more transparent. It makes the edges harsher. You can like see through it. Or alternatively, I could just have no fade at all, make it completely opaque. But I think having a little bit of a fade is good. Can I color this? Would that actually work? Oh my, wait, that actually works. That's kind of sick. Not gonna do that though. I like the custom color, but cool. Sick. Feeling satisfied. We still got this beauty right here that we gotta make the most beautiful creature in all of the world on this planet, on this ring. Weights. I have to do something with the new shadows. With the new shadows. I wonder how this will look. Might look kind of bad, but certainly couldn't hurt to try. Where is he? Where is he? Sentinel. Strato. Might look bad, so I might not do it. On this scale, I don't think the shadows are very happy. He is casting one hell of a shadow. Harsh angles seem to struggle a little bit at this scale. Only when you get close, funnily enough. It seems far away is fine. I think he's so big that the shadow map is just so blurry. It literally can't render a decent shadow because he's just fucking enormous. I mean, I could do that? No, I don't think so. It's so close, like close, like yeah. But I think Sophie would have to make a shadow like resolution that's so absurdly high to account for that. It just straight up wouldn't be worth it. Besides, he already looks sick as fuck as is. He's already being lit by the map. He doesn't need all that. Maybe shoot the shit out of the map. I could make him go. I do have a guardian laser. That's the neat part. The shadow resolution is hard-coded. Wow, another fucking hard-coded engine limitation. So sad. So sad. At 512. Ew! Disgusting. Like War of the Worlds machine. It's actually the Halo 5 Kraken sound, but I think they sampled the War of the Worlds when they were doing it. The tripod. It's cool. Man. El Dorito devs must be like, otherwise I probably would have cranked up 2048. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the El Dorito devs did that. They like went into the DLL and they were just like, more. If only we could do that in MCC without forcing everyone to download an updated DLL. It do be like that sometimes. Guys, I think I head out at this point. I wanted to do the Strato, but instead we spent literally the entire stream on rebuilding the entire shader for this, courtesy of Zophie supplying us with like the sickest fucking ODST ported shader of all time. Genuinely could not be happier. This looks so fucking awesome. Might even improve it further, but for today, I think this is good enough. Feeling pretty satisfied. There's probably a decent few things I'm looking at this where I'm like, ooh, what if? Ooh, what if? But I say we save that kind of thing for another time. That way, I can not have my brain explode. Oh my god, there's so much more I could do. I'm not gonna look at it though. I'm not gonna look at it. We have a sick ass shader. Finally, that interacts with the terrain. I've been yapping about wanting that since I very first started making the Spire Dome, which was like so long ago now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and thank you for all the gifted memberships, guys, all the tips and super chats. The support means the world, so I can just keep on doing this. I really do appreciate it. I'll be live again tomorrow, so look out for more Strato Sentinel stuff, and then I actually want to do another playtest in the next couple of days. There's some gameplay stuff I'll tweak tomorrow as well, so that the playtest goes awesomely. But I hope you guys enjoyed this chill little shader tweaking color energy shield stream. It do be like that sometimes, but hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Time sharp. Have a wonderful rest of your night, y'all, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye!